Live now from Humanity Matters Live. It's another episode of Humanity Matters tonight, and our episode is called Never Stop. And before I get to our host tonight, I am going to say hello to a few people. Coda from One on One, Tiffany and Andrew from Chewy in Florida, and the KFC crew, including Adam. And now here is our host, Albert Torcaso.
Hey, Albert. And before I do anything, I gotta say hello to Alexis over there in Dallas, Texas. How you doing?
Hi, Alexis.
She's with Chewy.com. So hi to the crews in Florida and Dallas, Texas as well. Chewy.com. And let me just say this: we do use Chewy.com, and they are very, very, very good at treating both human and animals, and even werewolves, believe it or not, but we won't go there. So hello to the people over there, and of course Adam, I believe, is 16 years old over there at KFC, and he had done an excellent job. We got to meet him in real life, and I think there was an Ashley and the rest of the crew. So just wanted to say hello to them. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight's a little bit different. You know, this is Humanity Matters Live, Never Stop. Tonight we're going to speak about, well, I'm going to speak. They don't even know. They don't know anything. But, because I didn't let them know. But we're going to talk about how one can climb the mountain and reach their missions and goals if they never give up, if they never stop. But before we do all that, we are going to feature both our resident co-host, Mike McCutcheon, and of course, James Tucker, Mr. James Tucker, and Charlie. But tonight we're going to have Mike show us some of his artwork, and then we're going to feature a little bit of James and Charlie, and then I'm going to do some speaking tonight that I hope that each and every one of you who are watching will consider calling in. But whether you call in or not, I'd like you to do something very important tonight. I would like you to work on either recording or watching the rebroadcast when I put it on Facebook. Hopefully it is on Facebook Live. I believe it is. And I will tell you that tonight I'm going to use some testimonials that should, I believe, inspire each and every one of you, just to demonstrate how you may have thought you failed in whatever it is you've been trying to do, but in reality, you cannot fail if you never stop. So with that, Mike loves music and art. And Mike has overcome a lot of challenges in life, as we all have. But I believe Mike is very talented. And I would say this to Mike: whatever level he is in his art today, with continuing doing the art, one will always become even better at what they are doing. And one never knows where that's going to lead. So I would encourage Mike to keep working and enjoying what he does, both in his art and his music. But I want people to engage in a new mentality. Never limit yourself, because too many times we engage in a career, or we engage in a dream, or we engage in a mission, and seemingly a billion things can stop us, or we give up, or we don't think we can reach past that certain level. But I'm here to tell you that tonight, before this night ends, good Lord willing, you are going to get a new perspective. If you do not watch this episode, if you are not a viewer of Humanity Matters Live, if you haven't spread the word, you have no idea who this person in front of you really is. And I don't say that out of arrogance. But I am a guy who will not yield in certain things that I do. I will not yield. I will not accept, quote unquote, that's the way it is. And I guess you could call me a trendsetter. I guess you could call me a pioneer, or you could just call me stubborn. But I will continue to be stubborn, hopefully the rest of my life, because I am not satisfied with a lot of things in this world. And I will not accept it. And I will not believe it to be reality, because I believe the reality is that we are living the illusion, thinking we live the reality. It's a little bit confusing, a little existential, but with that, let me just say this. I believe that Mike McCutcheon and James have talents beyond their own conception. They don't realize the level of expertise they will one day achieve. And I believe that without any doubt, if they chose to become professional, they can achieve it. Yes, there are always great obstacles. But the biggest obstacle is in your mind.
Nice.
With that, we are going to feature the artwork of the one and the only Mike Ain't Gonna Play McCutcheon!
Albert, thanks, Albert.
Bring it on!
So I have 3 paintings with me today, El, and you wanted me to show the first one.
I want you to show the first one and
is-
talk to
which
us
is,
about it. Well,
It's basically a female warrior
okay.
with a saber-toothed tiger cub. This painting took me a couple days to do,
Right.
and
And you mentioned that her name, you have Tracy
yeah,
Chapman's
I have
name on
Tracy
there.
Chapman's, because that's what I like to do. I like to paint a picture,
Right.
and I put a band's name on it because I love
That's
art
something.
and I love music. So you see where they, coincide with
Well,
one
you know,
another.
in a way, Tracy could be a warrior of sorts.
Mm-hmm,
So that works.
Yeah, because she was an innovator, female guitar player. She was.
And I liked a lot of her music.
Yeah, she was good, Al. She was
That's
very
very
good.
nice.
She
Thank
still
you.
is, I
Thank
believe,
you.
but you just don't hear much about her. So let's go with the next round.
Okay, the next one
The
is.
next artwork here.
It's just a lady.
And let me just say something and interject one thing. I'm going to probably have the photographs or the portraits, paintings, drawings. I took a couple of pictures of them. Hopefully, if everything works out all right, you'll be able to see them online much closer than you will see them here. So don't worry if you can't really see the details. If you go online to a website that will be revealed later, you will probably get the chance to see a very good close-up. So if you will, Mike.
Okay, so my second painting is one of a female
Okay.
in a garden.
And you look like you have some leopards or something.
Yeah, she has a couple cats.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of leopards.
All
You
right.
know, it's a lot of these paintings I try to do like within a day, but this might have took me a couple of days to
Now, what
do,
was the meaning behind the
Till
leopards?
Tuesday.
It's just I just wanted to put color into a
Okay.
canvas board, Al. It's
All
basically,
right.
But
you like, obviously you like animals too.
Oh, I love animals. Yes, I do. I love animals.
We do too.
I love animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see my art basically. It's all about, music.
Right.
Like I said, I paint a picture, I put a band's name on it.
Okay.
And all of them are original. None of these are copied from anything. These are all original paintings.
All right.
Okay, so I have a third one, Al?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what kind of canvas is that?
That's
you
just
have that on?
regular cloth canvas
Okay,
is what
that's
it's
called a
considered.
cloth canvas.
Yes, Al, yes.
My dad, my late non-biological dad, Albert Goldsmith, probably would have loved this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
he went
here-
to so many art exhibits in his life, I couldn't even tell you.
And this is the third one. It's a band called the Flaming Lips.
And you also
I've
have
heard
the
of
other
them.
guy.
So that's basically the painting of the band,
Okay.
the Flaming Lips. This is one of my more recent paintings. I probably did this one maybe a month or two before the new year.
Okay.
So yeah, so like I said, you can see my art. I love art. I love music.
And what about the other guy with the Depeche Mode?
Okay, he's
tell a little bit about him.
well, that's just the bass. That's their bass player.
Okay.
And I wanted to pay tribute to two bands actually, so
Right.
I got to pay tribute to the band,
Okay.
the Flaming Lips, and then
Okay.
I also got to pay tribute to Depeche Mode.
Okay.
And
which-
Pink Floyd.
Yeah, and Pink Floyd. So yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah. So.
All right. Well,
Okay.
why don't we now let's chat a little bit about this. Now, what started you having an interest in art and also in music? What brought that on? And how has it helped you maybe get through life? In what ways have it helped you?
For one thing,
We have another call coming in pretty soon. Go ahead.
Art has been. I have been doing the art thing since I was able to walk. You know, I say
Okay.
like 6 years old. I started drawing.
Okay. All right.
And I go to school and I end up
Okay.
meeting a boy from another part of town who
All right.
drew nothing but dinosaurs. And as
Oh,
I
yeah.
matured, my artwork also matured. I went
Mm-hmm. Okay.
from comic strips, newspaper comic
All
strips,
right.
to doing dinosaurs and then the comic book art, and then
Okay.
it was pretty nice. I won the Steel Valley Art Tournament 2 years in a row.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Well, you want to look at
Congratulations.
you want to look
Yeah.
at the people.
Yes, so
So-
yeah.
That's cool. So you see what's on there. They have
Yeah.
a call coming in.
Yeah.
So you want to get that call?
Okay, so caller, you're on.
It's me. It's
Uh-oh.
Diane.
Hi, Diane.
No.
Uh-oh,
No,
Charlie
I'm
put his
not.
head
Well,
down.
if I like his art pictures. How come he don't have his art pictures in some art studio or maybe the art
Well,
festival?
that's
Maybe he
coming.
can make money out of it.
Yeah, that's hopefully maybe that's in the future,
That will be
Diane.
in the future,
That
He's
would
not
be- that would
starting
be really
yet.
Nice.
So Diane, if he does get it in the art gallery, will you go and see it?
Why not? Well, if I know where it is.
All right, well, there you go. That's
Thank
a good
you.
answer. She's like, if I know where it is.
I know, I'll see it.
Well, that's where you already see it.
I won't go see it. Yes, I will. I'm being funny.
So,
Even Charlie will go see it. He said he'll walk. Just kidding.
he'll walk.
You're
Thank
a
you,
wise
Miss
guy.
Diane.
Well, Diane, anything else you want to add? You see
Yeah,
Charlie's
I'm
here.
asking the guy with the puppet again. How's he been doing?
Wait a minute, he's not a puppet. That's Charlie. Oh, she called him a puppet.
Better than a dummy.
Holy cow.
First he's called a puppet, then he's called a dummy. Whoa.
Well, what do you want to know, Diane?
Well, I know. I mean, how many puppets does he have?
I don't have any.
No, I think he wants to know.
No, I
she
mean,
wants
Oh,
to know
Mr. Tucker, Mr.
Yeah.
Tucker. Sorry.
how many?
Oh, he's got about 8.
88. No, I'm just kidding. 8?
Yeah.
Okay. Name them.
Yeah, that Charlie must be your favorite one.
Well,
Well, we work together good.
that's well. Speak
He talks,
correctly.
and I do this.
Well, can you sing like the
Uh-oh.
Darcy?
Oh,
Can
please
I
don't
sing
make
like
me
Darcy? No,
Oh,
I'd have to
please
be a
don't make him
12-year-old
sing.
girl to do that.
Are you 90 already?
Ooh. Diane, behave yourself. Watch your Q's and P's, wherever they are.
Well, you know, I mean, the guy's not 90 yet.
Oh!
No, not yet.
No, not till tomorrow. Hey, wait a minute.
Before the show is over, Al,
Hey, Diane, are you 90 yet?
I'll
Wait a
ask you a
minute.
question now.
Who you asking a question to?
No, I'm asking you, Al.
Oh, UL? Okay, well, who's UL? URL? No, that's a website
Hey,
address.
come on now.
Where am I going? I'm sitting here.
Don't forget to say happy birthday to Patty. It's her birthday.
Oh, happy birthday,
I
Patty.
don't do birthdays. No, happy birthday, Patty.
Yeah.
Well, what was the question? Oh, yeah.
That's what it is. Don't forget to say happy birthday to Patty.
That's not a question, that's a statement.
Is Patty watching now?
I don't know. Is Patty
don't
watching
know.
now?
Oh.
Oh, yo. Well, if Patty's not watching, and I say,
I don't know, because she might like the puppets and she might like the art stuff. I have to call her. when
wait
the
a
show's
minute,
over.
wait a minute. How am I going to say hi to somebody that ain't even watching? What's the matter, you?
Well,
Is she drunk? Mike, is
I
she
don't-
drunk? She doesn't drink alcohol, but I'm just kidding, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah.
All
I
right,
don't
so
hear
is
him
that your
say
only,
anything.
any closing statement?
How about the puppets?
What about he's a
Closing
mannequin.
statements.
What do
He's
you want?
a
What do you want me to
mannequin.
say, Diane?
What do you want him to say, Diane?
I don't know. Come on, I want to hear him. Maybe you should make the puppet sing tonight.
Oh, please, if he sings, I'm leaving. I'm just kidding.
Come on, the man is not old.
All right, well, we're going to move on, Diane, because you didn't. Hey, you're giving me. No, you're not.
All right.
All right, well, God bless you, Diane.
Okay, now
Nice
he
hearing you,
He's
Diane.
on American Got Talent. I watch him.
I didn't understand what you just said.
He'd be the first Pittsburgh person on.
What about?
All right, bye.
All right,
Bye.
something about Pittsburgh. I don't know what she said.
Person. Who's a Pittsburgh person?
Who is the Pittsburgh person? I don't know who the Pittsburgh
We're
person
all
is.
from Pittsburgh.
What's the Pittsburgh person?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Mike
boy, I
is-
think I'm drunk and I don't even drink alcohol either. Hey, forget about it. Last time I had alcohol was 1982. That's not a joke, by the way.
I told you she'd call.
Will you behave yourself, James? Well, now, let's see who we're going to turn the spotlight on to now. Hey, wait a minute, that came out of nowhere, anywhere. Well, now, Miss Annette B. Mendel, how you doing?
Okay, Al.
Oh, we got one call, Annette, why don't you answer the call?
Caller, you're on.
Caller, you're on.
Caller?
Hi, Annette. It's Patty.
Oh,
hi,
hey,
Patty.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Patty!
How you doing, Patty?
Yes, I am watching, and I have to say to Mike, I love your paintings.
Oh, that was nice.
Thank you.
And Mike, and Al,
Yeah?
please tell us the website where we can look at them closer. 'cause
All right, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can put them on there as regular photographs. What I will have to do, just to give you the idea of the process, I took pictures with my wireless phone / cell phone, and the process is I will email them, I already have, email them to myself, and then when I put on the actual episode, there will be 3 separate pictures if I'm able to do it. It will be over there at the blog humanitymatters.org, but later you're going to find out some pretty shocking and surprising positive news that I accomplished last night with God's help, and it is a huge deal, more so than people may realize, and there's a story and testimonial behind it, but I can tell you that what I accomplished last night was the reason I changed the name of the episode to Never Stop. And once you hear the testimonial, you will actually connect the dots. I don't know where these dots are, but if there are any, you'll connect them.
You will never stop
But
being
I
amazed.
just want to say something on a personal note. Patty, you are a member of the family, and I appreciate the help that you have helped Diane. I want you to know that Annette and I love you as a person. As a matter of fact, to all the people out there, you know, when I say that I love you spiritually, this is not a tagline. This is not something that I do because it sounds good. What you don't realize, my fellow human beings, is that, and that will verify this, I am 24/7 thinking about people and animals and changing everything. And when I say everything, I mean exactly as it sounds. We're going to try to get to that tonight. But I want
Well, Al,
to just say that you're a wonderful person, Patty.
well, I want to tell everybody that you are the real deal, and you helped me so much over the weekend. I just wish you were on like a national broadcast, and lonely people could listen to you during the middle of the night, and you could talk to them. I'm praying and praying and praying that you get your national broadcast.
Well, I appreciate
That would be awesome.
I appreciate
Thanks,
that.
Patty.
And that's part of what I'm going to tell you. There are things in motion that I believe is going to put me in the right place.
Yay!
And I will tell the networks and the streaming networks out there, I may not get the numbers. I may not get the YouTube views. I may not get a lot of things, but let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen of the planet, I am the guy who is fighting 24/7 for each and every one of you, and you have no idea. What do I mean? So I want to just say this. We are not going to allow our so-called reality for the last couple hundred years. We're not going to allow it anymore. And I know that's going to sound wild to most people, but we'll get to that. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to tell you later, it should prepare you. You might want to prepare for it. You might want to use the restroom before you hear it. And I'm not saying that to be ignorant. I'm saying that because I'm not playing anymore, guys and gals. And there's going to be a whole lot of people on notice, and they ain't going to like it. I may love them in the larger sense, but when you do wrong, like I always say, if you ain't doing right, get ready to say goodnight. So guess what?
And
We're going to make them
Al,
say goodnight.
Just to repeat so that I remember, I should go on humanitymatters.org to see all these new...
Yes, you can.
prizes.
Well, they're not going to be there
And-
they may not be there for a couple of days.
Michael's pictures.
Well, they may not be there for a couple of days. I have to kind of do some work, but I'll
That's
let you
all right.
know.
I
I'll let
have
you
pa-
know.
I have patience, and Al, I love you, and Annette, I love you.
We love you
I
too.
never
You
too,
met
Patty.
But I love you.
All right, we love you too, Patty.
The
Well,
other
you go ahead and you
The
relax
gentleman-
now.
The gentleman with the mannequin, I don't know his name, but I always had a hobby-dooby.
Charlie.
When I was young, I had a hobby-dooby puppet. It had all
Aw.
those strings and everything. And I loved my hobby-dooby puppet. puppet. But, so I hope that he's involved in some of the good news, the mannequin man, whatever his name is.
Well, he may very well be. He may
His
not
name
know it
is
yet.
Charlie.
No, the mannequin.
Charlie.
The mannequin
that's
isn't
right,
Charlie.
Let's clear it up. My name is Charlie, okay? Right here, right here.
And
I
James
get the
Tucker is
billing.
the man.
My name's Charlie.
James Tucker is the guy with the gray hair and the balding head.
Charlie is the artist.
Yeah.
Let me
You took the words right out of
Pat.
my mouth.
Patty.
Charlie Tucker is the artist.
And
The
Patty.
artist behind. And what's the name of the mannequin?
His name is Charlie, and the balding older guy is James.
Oh, all right. I got it.
He picks on my comb over, I pick on his. Hey, forget about it.
You guys have a nice time. I'll be anxious to hear what you're going to say.
All right, well, God bless you. We're gonna feature Annette for a second here.
God bless all of you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Ms.
you.
Bell.
Bye.
And that's a very good friend of my sister Diane, and that's Miss Patty. And I really love her in a very family sense, just as I love all of you. I want to speak a little bit about Annette for a minute. You know, a lot of people don't realize that on a daily basis, Annette and I are going through some things, and it can be very, very hard. And the only thing I can say is I'm proud of Annette. She's helping me, and we're helping each other to really get things organized.
Thank you.
And we have had a situation where we had to get rid of things that were in my house. And I just got rid of a chair that I didn't even know was in my basement anymore. And about 4 days ago, we got rid of a chair that was over 60 years old. And as a matter of fact, we took it to a salvage yard, metal salvage yard. And we actually received $2 for a chair and something else. But we are doing some, I wouldn't even call it house cleaning. I would call it house clearing. And there is a reason for a lot of this. And the one reason is actually directly related to some of the things I'm going to have a testimonial on. But I just want to say that when I first approached Annette years ago about being on the talk show as a guest, she, to say the least, was not pleased. Thought I was insane. And then when I asked her to be a co-host, she was like, "Are you crazy?" Then when I put her as a host that one time, she just about, it wasn't G-rated, ladies and gents. It's all right. But I am publicly announcing, I'm extremely proud of Annette and her overcoming a lot of things that we can't get into right now, but one day will be revealed. And I want everyone to understand something here. The people you see on this panel, myself included, go through a lot of trying times, as you do. But that is exactly the point. We go through a lot. But a lot of us don't get rewarded. We don't get where we need to be. But that, God, Lord willing, that's about to stop, friends. That's about to stop. So let me go ahead and ask Annette, how do you feel about your accomplishments, Annette? How do you feel about the things you've done over the last 8-10 years? And why does it matter to you?
I feel good because at the time I was approached with the idea, I didn't think I could do it. And then I surprised myself, and now it's a natural thing. And there's really nothing to it once you get the hang of it and everything. I was nervous in the beginning, like anybody, but
Right.
when I got used to it, like I said, it became second nature. So I feel good about it because I like what we do here, and we like to believe that we help you with information and ideas and, you know, everything that we speak about on the show is for you guys. So I feel proud of myself.
Well, for me, all the glory goes to Father God. That's just my
Yes,
opinion. But
Father God
That's
and
cool.
Jesus Christ.
I love everybody. It doesn't matter what faith they are. And then I want to turn this over now and speak a little bit about Mr. Tucker. Now, we usually joke, and we're going to get there. But before we do, you need to know that we almost lost Mr. Tucker. Yeah, he's the balding older guy. He makes fun of my comb over, I'm going to make fun of him. But seriously, he
He's
had
got a comb over on his face.
What did you say?
He has a comb over on his face.
Let's not go there. At any rate, he had a medical incident, and I'm just glad he's still alive. and I'm glad he's here, and I'm even glad he still has that thing over there named Charlie. But
Oh, shut up.
don't tell me that. We're right by Three Rivers, Allegheny, Monongahela, and well, hey,
I'm sorry,
forget
Al.
about
I'm
the
sorry.
Ohio.
I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
I said I'm sorry.
You're going to be, nah, wait a minute. Hey, forget about it. Now, if anything happens to that mannequin, I'm innocent.
It was Al Torasco that was doing it.
It might have been El Torasco, as long as it ain't me.
Or
Because that ain't my
Torcaso, I
last
don't
name,
know
but
what his
hey,
name-
forget about it.
Torcaso, Torasco.
Hey, you said Torasco. You can't change it to Torcaso now. Once you said it, it's out there. Any rate, but in all seriousness, yes. I don't know if James wants to share anything, but he did go through a very life-threatening incident, and I'm just glad he's here. But I want to say this to James, as I said to Mike. There is no end to your abilities. And I believe that you can reach the biggest height. You can become one of the best ventriloquists or whatever you choose to be. We tend to think that there is a barrier, that there is a limit, that there are things stopping us. But in reality, the only thing that stops us is us. And it is hard to conceive. And that is why we hardly ever get any calls. Because I don't bring on the exploitative type of programming. I can be controversial. And believe me, I have something that I have not said that could be very Jerry Springer-like. I'm not pleased with a group of people, to say the least. They were evil and are evil. But I will give them not power, for we will fight evil and defeat it. Having said that, I want to say this. Mr. Tucker must work on his technique. But Mr. Tucker is not limited. Mr. Tucker can be as good or better than any ventriloquist in history. Mr. Tucker has no limits, only the limits of our mind. So with that, I'd like to hear from Mr. Tucker, and then that little thing over there that is masquerading with a fake name of Charlie, or AKA Charlito. And now we will hear from Mr. James. He's stuck with Charlie Tucker. How you doing, Mr. Tucker?
Well, having said that, we're not going to get any calls for ventriloquism.
And now, why is that? What
Well,
are you
you
doing
did-
sitting on the table here?
I'm not going to sit on his knee. You know, for a fat man, he sure has a dungy knee.
Wait a minute. What are you doing sitting on the table? You know, tables are for glasses, not for I said don't say it.
I don't know, there's our Al's big head. He was sleeping earlier. But, I said all that to say this.
all that to say that. Go ahead.
We're coming to you live, and we're hoping that someone will call in because they're interested in ventriloquism. Not to say that that's what Mr. Tucker does, but that's what I do.
What do you do?
I do ventriloquism.
Okay, so who's the dummy over there? You or
No,
Tucker or
Mr. Tucker,
you?
he's the dummy.
Who's the dummy?
Mr. Tucker.
Oh, you did. Why would you call him a dummy? Isn't that derogatory?
No, look at him.
Wait a minute. Isn't that derogatory?
No, it's a suppository remark.
Hey, wait a minute. We don't want to hear about suppositories. This is a 6 o'clock episode. Do you mind?
No, I don't mind. I'll do it again.
Mike, what do you think of this? Hey, that bad, huh?
He
He's
doesn't
like,
know. He
"Hey,
doesn't know.
Do that again, my hey.
He's
You
neutral.
know, some of this material is old as my grandmother's old stockings.
Or James's beard, huh? Don't you
Yeah,
think
it's as old as his beard.
Now, Charlie.
What?
Charlito Charlie.
You keep calling me Charlito.
Yeah, yeah, I could call you Charlita.
Yeah, I'd like to put a couple fingers at your nose.
Well, all right, Charlita. You just had a sex change. Hey, forget
Yeah,
about
yeah. Oh, I
You
thought
look like your
called
sister.
over.
You do look like your sister, you know.
Yeah.
I could see you in a dress and I'd kick you out.
Oh,
Hey,
really,
forget-
really?
Now,
Why don't
wait.
you
a
do
minute.
something with that tarantula on top of your head?
Now, why did you bring the guy in the White House into
Why
this?
did you say that? A tarantula on top of his head?
What are you bringing the guy in the White House for here?
Oh, you're going to make fun of Trump, huh?
Well, I can't help it if he has an orangutan haircut. Hey, wait a minute.
He always makes fun of Trump. We always had little debates.
Yeah, you're going to debate, all right? I'm going to debate you out of here.
Yeah, with your...
Well, I ain't been getting any calls. It's your fault. Maybe people can't take the grayness on the you know.
Yeah, they can't take Mr. Tucker.
Would you say something serious?
Serious? Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to pay attention to this really well, okay? There's a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus
Oh, here we go.
who came to Jesus by night.
I didn't say proselytize.
And he said, "Teacher, we know that you are a teacher that comes from God because no man can do the miracles that you do except God be with him." And Jesus said, "Truly, truly, I say to you, unless you are born again, you cannot enter the kingdom of God." But then Nicodemus said, I wouldn't have had the nerve to say it, but Mr. Nicodemus said, "How can a man be born when he's old?" And Jesus replied, "Except the man be born of the water and the Spirit, he cannot enter the kingdom of God."
Okay. Well, you know we have a call coming in. You want to answer that, James? Yeah, James.
Go ahead, caller.
I said James. You're not James. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, we can't hear you. Say it again.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Well, I think they had some poultry in their mouth.
No, maybe they talk it dialect.
No, I think they had some poultry in their mouth. Haven't you figured it out? Foul language. Hey, mama.
In any event,
In any event, I got to get to my testimonial, so speak fast. Well,
in any event,
speak.
I'm trying. Will you shut up?
Will you shut up and speak?
I'm just kidding. I really love Al. We just go back and forth and back and forth.
We do not go back and forth. I'm sitting down here.
But anyway, after Jesus told him you need to be born again, he explained to him that the wind blows where it wants and you hear the sound of it, that you can't see it. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. And then he said, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life."
Mm-hmm. Well, that's very wonderful to hear. James, do you want to tell anybody about anything about your medical scare? Or would
Well,
you
it
rather
was a
just-
medical scare, all right. I got up one day and I'm all dizzy and everything, and I barely made it to the couch. I sat down there, was having a little hard time breathing, And my wife knew something was up, so she called an ambulance. They took me. I was in the hospital for like probably 4 or 5 days. And went home. They told me that, you know, that I may have had a little heart attack or something. I don't know. I don't
Right.
think they even knew at the time.
Right.
But then I went home. They said that I didn't have to have a pacemaker or nothing like that yet.
Right.
So they looked and they put a stent in my heart
Okay.
and then sent me home. Well, I was home 3 days and the same symptoms came on
Oh
me.
boy.
And it ended up, they got there, I couldn't move. I laying there, I couldn't move.
Wow.
And they said that I had, you know, the ambulance people said I had
Right.
no blood pressure.
Oh boy.
It wouldn't even fix on the machine.
Wow.
And then they hauled me off to the
Hospital.
to the hospital, the emergency room, and they were the gal was quite concerned. She was telling him to hurry up and get me there.
Mm.
And they got me there, and then they put an external
Probably
device
defibrillator,
on me.
Right.
They zapped me through it. I know this,
Right.
and it was an experience that I really wouldn't want to repeat.
I know that's true.
And then they had me on there. They said that they were going to put a pacemaker, permanent pacemaker
Right.
in me, and that's what they
Right.
did essentially.
Okay.
Caller, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How about you guys?
Doing okay.
All right.
Your stories are inspirational to me. I love hearing you. It gives me motivation. I think it's just wonderful.
Thank you.
What is that? Did you see what I did?
Yeah, amazing.
Now, you like that the most, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Well,
So you called in and you said that the things that we told you were that we shared were
inspirational.
inspirational. That's what we try to do.
Right.
We like to share our personal things that we've gone through in order to inspire others.
Well, hopefully that works.
No, I just want to know what personal tragedies has the dummy suffered?
All right, we're going to go ahead and move forward.
Wait,
What?
what
We're gonna
personal
move forward.
tragedy did the dummy suffer?
Uh-oh.
Hooking up with Mr.
Yeah.
Tucker.
Well, we're going to move forward right now, actually. The mannequin didn't suffer anything at this time, but we're going to go ahead and move forward, John, if you don't mind. I would say the mannequin didn't suffer anything except maybe once or twice I took him outside.
Insults.
No, in all seriousness.
I thought I did pretty good hooking up.
You did all right. You did good. I wanted to reserve time. I'm sorry I had to cut that call short, but I want to reserve time to speak about something very important. Not that this wasn't important, it was all important. Friends, in life, many times we have dreams or missions that we don't get done, or we limit ourselves, as I said, thinking that we can't get past a certain limit, or we give up. But there needs to be a lesson learned from what I'm about to say. If you can learn it, I believe it will change your life, possibly forever. There are no limitations. The only ones that there are, truly, are in your head. And it does not matter what the obstacles are in your life, you can overcome them. Now, that sounds great, and I'm sure you've heard a lot of motivational speakers say that. But last night, I achieved something that I had given up on about 12 years ago. 15 years ago, I wanted to create a website that would have everything that I do, and you would be able to go to that website and you would be able to click on a link that would take you to the TV series and the blog, and then you would be able to go to, at the time I had other business ventures I was in, or my podcast or what have you. But I had given up because the technology either wasn't there, or we're not going to take any calls at this time. We're going to hold off for a few minutes here. But I had given up for a variety of reasons, and including the hosting site that I had. It just did not work out. So last night, I called up 1&1 Internet, or Ionis, and I spoke to them. And by the end of the night, I recreated alberttorcaso.com. That's TORCASO.com. If you go there, right now I still have to get rid of a couple of things on there that I couldn't see, but they still exist. It says, for example, it says IT services. I'm not in the IT industry. So that is something that I did not put there. I'm going to get rid of it. Friends, here's the thing. If you were to go to alberttorcaso.com, there's a tab that says humanitymatters.org. If you click on it, this is for Patty. If you go to alberttorcaso.com and you click on Humanity Matters, it will take you to the humanitymatters.org website. And within probably 48 hours to a couple, maybe 96 hours, maybe 4 days, we should probably have this episode there and the photographs of Mike.
Painting.
Right, I said Mike's paintings. And then also, I have a link that goes directly to my YouTube page, which you can go there. And if you want to, I'm probably not going to take this call at this time. I'm a little bit concerned. I would have to ask John to screen it. I believe there may be a person that is trying. Well, okay, I guess I'll take this call for now, but I'll be very careful with it.
Okay.
Hello?
It's just Diane again.
Okay, make it fast,
We'll be
Diane.
very
I have
careful.
something
I
to say.
forgot to tell you. Don't forget to set your clocks because it's going to start daylight saving time.
Well, Diane, that's not important at this time. I would
yeah,
rather.
but you don't, I didn't want you to forget.
Okay, well, Diane, that's something we could talk about later, but I don't want to
But
finish
I will
this.
tell you this: that some guy, some celebrity, another celebrity died.
Yeah, I know, King Kong Bundy.
Who?
King Kong Bundy, the wrestler.
No, I'm talking about another one.
Who?
Perry.
I know about Luke Perry. He's in the credits.
Oh.
So I have to move forward, Diane. I have
I
to
just
finish
wanted
this.
to don't forget that.
Okay, well, we didn't forget that, but we're going to move
Okay.
forward,
I was
Diane.
telling them get.
All right, but we have to
All
move
right,
forward.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye. So let me get back to what I was saying. If you go to alberttorcaso.com, you will also have a link that you'll see YouTube. You click on that, it will take you to the YouTube site where I have about 1,600 videos in total. Yes, 1,600 videos. They run the gamut from completely silly, where Annette ate a piece of cake and I arrested her because you can't have your cake and eat it too, to the very, very serious. And then I have other links there So I strongly suggest you go to alberttorcaso.com. If you scroll down, you will also see a button that I actually did the background in there. In other words, I put in the links. So if you go to alberttorcaso.com, you can access humanitymatters.org, you can access YouTube, and you can access a few other things. And when you come scroll down, you can actually click on and get to my LinkedIn page. You can get to my Facebook, my Instagram, and also my Twitter. And I am essentially rebuilding alberttorcaso.com. There will always be changes. There will always be an evolution. But you must go there because there are things that you can learn there that you cannot learn through this format. But bringing it up is not to pat myself on the back. It is because of the fact that all these years ago, I have wanted to do this. And I will be adding other components, by the way. But I wanted to do this, and I gave up. And then I said, I'm going to go for it again. Now, I will tell you that because of alberttorcaso.com now being what I want it to be, it's starting. It's a work in progress. But it will also ultimately lead, I believe, to this television series going on the mainstream. But it needs to be a lesson to Mike McCutcheon, to Annette Mendel, to James Tucker, to the men and the women out there, to all who thinks they have limitations, or maybe they've tried and they failed, and they've tried and they failed, and they've tried and they failed, or maybe they've been treated like stuff, or maybe evil has attacked them. You must never stop. And I am living proof of that. So now, as we speak, anyone can go to alberttorcaso.com and see these links. And there will be more. Ironically, I will tell you, I had almost put an additional couple of links on it, but I decided not to because of the way that it would have looked. People may have wondered or missed a few things. But friends, let me be very clear. Not only can you overcome all obstacles, can James become one of the best ventriloquists, Mike can become one of the best artists or musicians, Annette can become a fantastic artiste or whatever she may want. But I must tell you, this TV show and series hopefully inspires people and have throughout the years. I've had people tell me they didn't kill themselves and commit suicide because of something I've said. Well, friends, I'm here to tell you, as I said earlier, as great as that is, and all the glory goes to God, it is not enough. There's still too much destitution out there. And ultimately, no matter how good a series is, whether it's Oprah, Steve Harvey, Ellen, or somebody, you may see uplifting things, you may learn a million things. Ultimately, when you are in the store, if you don't have the income to get what you need, all the great TV shows mean nothing. It's great, but it doesn't really impact your life. And so I will say to you, I have all elements, the full package, not just the TV series, not just the YouTube, but there are other things there that could possibly help you. I want you to be healthy mentally, physically, spiritually. And I want you to be able to understand you are capable. And I will leave you with this. It is time for most people on this earth to find a way to generate an additional income. And with the invention of the internet, There are literally millions of ways to do so. And unlike other gurus or so-called free webinars, where at the end somebody asks you to pay thousands of dollars, I want you to understand I'm here for you. I'm not selling anything right now except a commitment to you. And those to my detractors and crank calls, I would say you may attack me, but you will never defeat me. For I am a child of God, and what is right will always be right. With that, I will reveal something I was holding. Our former co-host, Chris Weiss, died, and we were disrespected and mistreated by his family in a way that is an abomination. I will only say that God reveals evil to us for us to overcome it. And with that, I will say that I can forgive a person, but I will not be abused. And you shall not be either. We will overcome. And I love all of you, even the evil people. I don't like your actions, and they will stop. But I love people, and I love humanity. And believe it or not, we're going to overcome it, everybody. With that, I want to just say good night for all my team and for my special guest, James Tucker. And for everybody out there, remember that you and humanity in all forms of life really does matter.